Tacoma was a tough place, AAA. I played there 6, 7, 8 years, whatever it was. Seemed like an eternity. But there was a few years I hit 317, 3-something, this and that. I knew how to play and run the bases and score runs and things like that. Played pretty good in the field. Got to be an older player, so a little bit of an influence on the younger players. That was good. I enjoyed that. Between AAA and the big leagues, if there was another league, I've probably been pretty good for that one. I was good in AAA and maybe not good enough to stay in the big leagues. You know, when you hit 181, that's not good enough. And that's what I hit, 181. So that didn't get it done. I was an outfielder, center fielder. I learned to play right field. I played that a lot. And I learned to play first base thanks to the great gentleman, Jimmy Reese, a magical fungo hitter. Then I got to the big leagues as a first baseman. That was a lot of fun, so I was glad I learned the position. First game I got in, I think it was, I sat on the bench for 10 days, and I got to pinch hit in Baltimore against Jim Palmer. Before I knew I was in the batter's box, there was 2 strikes. I said, well, you know, what happened to the first 2? They went, but that was my first at-bat against Jim Palmer. I hit a ball between first and second, and Bobby Grich, second baseman for the Orioles, went over a la Brian Dozier and dove and flipped it to Palmer, and he was covering the bag, and I was out. For a brief moment there, I thought I might have a hit in my first at-bat, but it wasn't meant to be. After it drags on, you've been there for 2 weeks, you know, or so, and not that I played a lot, but it's sort of on your mind, you know. It was against the Tigers and Joe Coleman, and it was in Bloomington at the Met. I like to think that I hit a rocket up the middle that the shortstop ended up catching, and I beat the play out at first, or he didn't throw it, I don't remember. But that was our first hit, and the line drive up the middle part is probably an exaggeration. I think I had 6, 7, 8 hits, but I had more RBIs than I had hits. It was a hard time getting any hits. I think Carew and Oliva used them all up. The rest of us were sort of struggled to get some hits, but I did knock in a few runs, and which was good, but I still didn't hit enough to warrant staying in the big leagues. I just didn't hit enough. Yeah, we lost the game. It was 4-2. Vern Rule was the pitcher. Became good friends with Vern, actually. He was a good pitcher at the time, and he beat us 4-2. I think I got 2 hits that night, but I remember hitting one to right field at the old Tiger Stadium, and I thought I hit it really good, and I'm sort of lollygagging down the first, sort of trying to enjoy this, and next thing I knew, the right fielder was getting ready to leap, and I said, oh my, and I started running. And he jumped and everything. I says, you got to be kidding me. And it did make it over the fence. But the unfortunate thing, we lost 4-2. I do remember we lost. So it took a little of the, you know, like to be a little, not giddy, but happy about hitting a homer and getting 2 hits that night. But we still lost the game, so that wasn't good.